Welcome to the Child Care Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you're a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Sacoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hey guys, it's Erica here in the Child Care Director's Chair podcast studios. We are hanging out with Angela today. So excited to sit down with one of our amazing ECE Trailblazer members. Angela has been part of our leadership community since day one. And today we're going to talk about her journey, her growth as a leader, and what she has learned through the program, and what exciting goals she is working towards next. Angela, thank you so much for joining me on a Tuesday night at the studio here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right. So, and for those who didn't catch the other episode that you were on last year, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in early childhood education, but maybe don't bring us way, way back.
Okay.
Maybe talk to us just about the last year and how your role has changed.
I would say my role has changed in many ways. One, by joining the group, becoming a member of your group, you being my coach. I think that has really set me up for success. I see things differently. I approach things differently. And I just see myself wanting different things.
So let's dig a little bit deeper. Thank you for that. Let's dig a little deeper. Like, what opportunities have you had? What things have you done outside of the school, outside of the classroom?
So I'm putting my own workshop together. I'm doing that this week. I have been accepted to do a summit, which I've submitted that stuff already. And I've been accepted to talk at Culture Shock.
Yeah. So 2 conferences and workshops.
Yep.
So you're starting to do some training and speaking outside of your center.
Yep.
What obstacles or challenges have you faced during that journey?
Honestly, myself, I get in my own way, but with the help of the Trailblazer group, the people that are in it, and you, it's really made me realize that I can do anything I want to do.
Yeah, amen. Yes, you can. You can. What inspired you to even join the ECE Trailblazers? Because, lots of people will hear me talk about the group almost daily in the podcast, but they still haven't went to the website. They still haven't joined us for the whole month for free. I can't figure it out. But what was it that inspired you to join the ECE Trailblazers?
I think I needed somebody to just kind of light a fire under me, really. And being in that group with you and the other girls that we're with, I know at any point in time I can call one of them and somebody's going to answer me.
Yeah, for sure. Before joining the program, what leadership challenges or goals were you hoping to work on?
Really holding people accountable was one thing for me. I could have the conversation about it, but not really the follow-up, all of that kind of stuff. But I think I'm better at it now. I have the authority to, say what you're doing is wrong. You need to fix it. And I follow up with it.
Yeah. And I think that's a challenge that a lot of directors have. And we talked about that on an episode a couple days ago. I feel like it's not that people don't want to hold people accountable. It's, 1, hard to have those difficult conversations. 2, everyone wants to feel liked, or at least feel like, I don't know, like they're valued. Nobody wants to be the bad guy, right? But sometimes we know in our position it is the responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? It's more of a responsibility, and it's not personal. As long as we don't make it personal, then it's
Right.
not, it's not personal.
Right.
What was happening professionally when you decided it was time to invest in your own leadership growth?
I think I felt stuck a little bit, in a way that other people could kind of see as well. I think that they saw that maybe I didn't have the authority that I needed, and they could just pretty much walk all over me if they wanted to. But I think joining the group was probably the best decision I've ever made. Um, I've made some great friends and great relationships as well.
Yeah. Um, Looking back when you first joined the Trailblazers, how would you describe yourself as a leader compared to now?
Um, I could probably say I was like a scared leader, not a confident leader. Probably in my very first year, I was definitely not confident. I have to say now, I'm pretty confident in the decisions that I make. Um, whether the staff like it or they don't, but the decisions I have to make.
I think that that's fair. And I think that many people who are listening right now are probably shaking their head going, I feel you, Angela. I feel you. What was the biggest leadership breakthrough that you've had since joining the program?
Um, I would say, making connections with new families and knowing that I can make decisions on my own and I don't have to ask permission. Those were really big things for me. I was always looking for, the acceptance. Yes, you can do this, but I feel like I don't have to do that now.
Woo!
Bitch.
She just dropped a bomb right there. That is a nugget. That is a nugget for sure. Feeling confident in your decision making is probably one of the most impactful things that I feel like we really bring to the Trailblazer program for
Mhm.
sure,
Yeah.
is helping people feel confident in their own voice.
hmm
Can you share a specific moment when you realized your confidence as a leader had grown? Like, when did you know? Like, was there a conversation where you were just like, wow, I would not have handled it that way?
Yes. I'd have to say it was a parent concern that had come to my attention. And I think maybe a year ago, I would have, called you on the phone and said, hey, we have this problem with so and so. Like, I need you to come. I feel like I've handled those things in a manner that you would be proud of. So I would just tell you after the fact.
All right. How has the program helped you lead your team differently?
I feel like I look at things much differently, with a different eye. Um, what's expected, they should know already. But I feel like now walking into a room, I know what I'm looking for, I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. And I let them know that.
That's good too. Wow. Whoa, Auntie Pants, you have grown, girl. All right, so let's talk about the mindset shift, right? Have there been any mindset shifts that have changed how you approach challenges in difficult situations?
Yeah. Um, I approach those situations confidently and with my whole chest. I just have to. I just have to. I mean, who else is going to do it? I have to do it.
Yeah, that's really good. Um, what's one lesson from Trailblazers that you find yourself using almost every day?
Hmm. Well, I use a lot of them every day, but I would say the way I walk into a space is totally different than what I was walking into last year. I walk in the way I want the room to feel.
That's really good. Was there a coaching session, a challenge, a worksheet, or a discussion that had a particularly strong impact on you? And if so, tell us about it.
I would say in the beginning, I didn't love the reflections,
Yeah.
but now I don't mind them
Yeah.
because now I can pick apart myself really, and that just helps you grow. And how you used to be is not how you're gonna be.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone who feels stuck in their leadership journey?
I would say read the book the podcast, go to a conference, workshops, all the things. You have to motivate yourself.
I love that you said that motivate yourself too, because, a lot of people will talk about oh, I don't feel appreciated. They don't do this for me. They don't do that for me when they're talking about their programs. And I think about it, and sometimes I say, well, what do you do for you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you also have to own your growth. You
Yeah.
have to own those opportunities as well. It isn't always, I mean, yes, it's nice for them to support it
Mm-hmm.
and pay for it. But and as owners, and you've seen it, Angie,
Mm-hmm.
there's been times that I've dumped money into people and they don't appreciate
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
uh extra education or
Right.
extra workshop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the secret is really motivating yourself, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
and also for childcare directors, finding people who are self-motivated,
Mm-hmm.
or at least you see a spark that once you fan it, you
Yep.
can see that flame inside. Because
Absolutely.
if not, a wet dog is a wet dog. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Like, and I don't mean that fresh, but I mean no program is going to be the right fit for everyone.
Right.
You've got to find your right leader,
Mm-hmm.
and the right leader's got to find their right team.
That's true.
And I don't care how great your program is, what system you have, doesn't matter. Again, not everybody's going to be the right fit for your program.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed any changes in how your team responds to you as a leader?
I think they're starting to um respect my authority a little bit more. Whereas even 6 months ago, I think they still saw me as, you know, a friend in the office that they could just, goof around with. And that's fine. There's time for that. But when it comes down to this is what I need you to do, I need you to do it.
Yeah. What changes have you seen in your own decision making and problem solving abilities?
I would say I think it through. I don't jump to, a hasty decision. I definitely think it through. If I need to, I bounce something off of you or somebody in the group. That is going to help me make a decision that I know is the right one.
Okay. Has the program influenced your goals or vision for the future? And if so, how?
Yeah.
Spill the tea, girl. Spill
Yeah.
the tea.
It definitely has. Going to conferences with you out of state, in state, whatever, I see like what that does to everybody involved, not just the speakers, the attendees too. And it's something that I've always loved ECE. Even when I started at 19, I loved it. So I just want to continue to do the things that I love and no offense, but not be stuck in a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No offense taken. I think we all need to grow. I mean, I hopped out of a program that I loved
Mm-hmm.
working at, right?
Yeah.
Loved it so much I bought it after. But
Yeah.
but yeah, you I think all of us become or come to this point where there's more for us, whether
Mm-hmm.
it is buying another center, whether it is going back to school, whether
Mm-hmm.
it is doing a side hustle, right?
Yeah.
One of those summits that you're talking at that's
Mm-hmm.
run by Avad there. Teach. My gosh, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head.
Ready, set, teach.
Ready, set, teach
Mhm.
is for teachers
Yeah.
who are looking to like make that next move,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You're going to talk about your journey from moving from a toddler teacher
Yeah.
up through the ranks to assistant director,
Mhm.
to director of the largest location.
Mhm.
I'll be talking about my journey of being just coming into the field. I didn't
Mhm.
even have a GED at the time.
Right.
To making my way through my CDA and my associates and bachelor's and master's and my progression from a van driver to a multiple school owner.
Yeah.
Because anybody who's listening right now, you really can do anything.
You
I mean,
can.
I came from nothing. We were poor.
Mhm.
I had a dream and a business plan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And now, now my message is I'm like, I want to grow and multiply other
Mhm.
leaders because ECE needs them
Yeah.
and we need them in every position in every part of the building.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so super important. So I figure, let me use my voice to help where I can help.
Yeah.
So what makes Trailblazers different from other professional development opportunities that you have experienced?
I would say it's more like a community. It's not really like I don't know, like a class you go to. It doesn't feel like that. It
Just
feels like you're home. when you're on Zoom with these
Yeah.
people.
You saw the words out of my mouth. It
Yeah.
absolutely is the people.
Yeah.
Absolutely is the community.
100%.
Yeah, it absolutely is the community. I mean,
Mhm.
the content is good, but I mean, I think the community
Yeah.
brings it to life.
Mhm.
I think we dissect it, we analyze it. You know what else I love, love, love about our group? Because there's some groups that are like just for teachers or just for owners or just for
Yeah.
the support staff. Like
Mhm.
I love that all the voices are in our group. Like
Yeah.
the teachers and staff are in
Mhm.
there just as engaged the owners or the
Yeah. It's
directors.
super helpful to have a teacher in there with a
Yeah.
director. So as a director, we know what we don't know,
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. All right. As we start wrapping up, let me ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
Let me see what I really want to ask you here. What leadership skill are you intentionally trying to strengthen next?
I mean, I hate to use the word authority, but I definitely want people to know that I'm serious when I'm asking for something to be done, and I have somebody else to answer to. So it's not like I'm just being mean. I have somebody to answer to, and I wholeheartedly love the company I work for, so I'm not going to put somebody's name at risk. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you need to know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got standards.
Absolutely, we do.
Standards. We
Yeah.
got standards. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that. I
Mhm.
think we even interview differently now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip this for a second, although the interview is 100% about you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, as a leader, when you're working with another leader who also keeps growing and pushing themselves,
Mhm.
what impact does that have on the rest of the team?
I think it shows the team that, we're all able, if we're willing, to grow in a different way. It shows that, we can work as a team together and we can be happy in this building together and we're there for each other. I mean, if you're not working as a team, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
I think one of the things that for me was very difficult in my early years was I really very much liked my old boss, very, very much. She was
Mhm.
very good to me.
Yeah.
One of the problems that I had at that company is that there was no lattice to grow
Mhm.
and there was no framework. There was no discussion about it.
Yeah.
It was almost like frowned upon a little bit
Right.
of, well, we don't want you to grow too much
Because we don't want to lose you.
because we don't want to lose
Right.
you. But that was in fact the reason I left.
Yeah.
And who knows, I might have still been there working there had there
Mhm.
been, other opportunities for growth that
Yeah.
would allow you to step out.
Mhm.
And I do think that that is, one of the things that Ruth talks about is I'm a little afraid as a teacher to tell my boss, you know what, I want 5 days off a year, then I could go and speak it on the conferences.
Right.
And I said, well, flip that script and tell her, like, how proud can she be to use that as
Yes.
your parent letter? Like, not only are our teachers talented, but they speak on a national level
Yeah.
about child development,
Right.
about staff burnout, whatever it is they talk about, right?
Mhm.
Like that's a feather in your cap as an owner.
Absolutely.
So I'm speaking to my owners out there right now. Don't be afraid that your top talent is going to leave because, you don't want them to have too many opportunities. Because I promise you, somebody who is already ignited
Mhm.
is leaving either way. Like
Yeah.
they're leaving either way.
Yep.
So you can keep them a few years longer if you provide some opportunities for growth.
Yeah.
But somebody who's self-motivated is never, ever going to stay
Mhm.
in a cage, right? They're
Right.
just not.
Nope.
And not that I want to say it's as a cage, but like they're not going to
No.
stagnate their growth
Mhm.
when they want to do other things. And if those
Yep.
other things are not available. And I think the same thing goes for the people who are not engaged and all that,
Right.
because we talk about that a lot too, right? There are people
Mhm.
who are just taking up space in your classroom.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Keep hiring and
Mhm.
keep firing. Find the people who
Right.
are plugged in. I
Yeah.
think that is one of the things that we talk about as a group.
Mhm.
Like when I see teachers like Ruth and Becca, I'm like, wow, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. If I don't have
Right.
teachers like Ruth and Becca in my classrooms,
Yes.
I don't want to settle. Right?
Agreed.
So finding those passionate teachers
Mhm.
and finding the leaders who just light up their team
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Mhm.
All right. So tell me about, as we wrap up,
Mhm.
this jacket. Keep hearing about this jacket.
Oh, this
Tell me about the jacket.
jacket.
What's a jacket?
Ooh, the jacket's real nice, but you have to earn it. You don't just get it. So each of us Trailblazers, we received a jacket with our last name on it and the number in the order you joined the group.
Yeah.
I'm number 2.
I'm number 1.
Of course.
So to everyone listening, remember that your leadership is not a destination. It's a journey. Every step you take to invest in yourself creates a ripple effect that impacts your staff, your families, your children, your entire community, and most importantly, you, Sugar. So invest in yourself. This is Erica and Ange. We are out. We're headed home.
Yes.
If you're not a Trailblazer, you should be.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more, go on over to our website, www.childcaredirectorshare.com. By the way, we're in the middle of rebranding. That website will be hot. So check it out. See you later.
Eso.